Hey, what's going on YouTube? Want to talk about some Black Ops 2. So apparently there's a lot of rumors going around talking about this whole new knifing system and everything. So, yeah, I guess I'll go over the first few kind of rumors and then kind of what I want to see, what I think they should do for Black Ops 2 and the whole new knifing animation. Or not knifing animation, but the whole knifing system. So one of the first rumors is that they're going to imply that you have to double swipe. So this is kind of like Battlefield. You know, in terms of Battlefield, it really solved the knifing problem. I don't find a problem with knifing. The thing about Call of Duty is they're trying to make it extremely easy for people to get kills. And that doesn't sit right with me because I've been a fan of Call of Duty for so long. I've played the originals, and I've played, since then. I know what makes Call of Duty tick, and over the years, and I'm sorry if you're a little kid, it seems as though the developers are pertaining more to the little kids and the people who suck at the game. It's kind of like this old saying, in a way, practice makes perfect. Well, if you're practicing against test dummies in anything you're doing, you're never going to get better. So, my opinion, you'll see my opinion at the end of the video and kind of what I would like to see, what I think is the best option. So the first rumor is double swipe. Like I said, Battlefield 3 kind of addressed this, and they did it in that way, and to me, it works fucking perfect. I love the knifing, double swipe knife from the front. That's what a lot of people aren't really understanding. That's from the front. Now, in Call of Duty, that stops, that moment where you're shooting the shit out of someone, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, no, knife. And the distance in Modern Warfare 2 at which you could knife was even worse than any other Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3 addressed this issue. I have to give them that. But it's a whole fact of it's still a one knife. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, what happens if you stab him in the throat? What happens if you knife him in the head? What happens if you're swiping the knife, the blade is not going to cut through bulletproof armor or the helmet. The throat, I'll give you that. The face, I'll give you that. But something I'll get to my ideas at the end of the video. I think a lot of you might like it. The second rumor is that the knife will actually be a perk. Now, I'm all for that. I think that's a perfect compromise where it's not like we're not taking the knife out, but it's going to take up one of your perk slots. I think that's a perfect way to, do that, and I think it's a, good compromise. And, the third tier of perks is always, usually people pick the first slot as sleight of hand, the second slot as, whatever, usually hardline or overkill or something like that. And then you have the third tier, which is like, I'll just pick whatever. For me, it's always Stalker. Stalker and Sleight of Hand are always a must, and they're usually backed up with hardline. That's the class I roll with, M60 all the way, rapid fire. I get fucking AC-130s all the fucking time. Now, as much as I want that to happen, it probably won't. But here's some of my ideas. The third one is a knifing animation. It's pretty simple. It's clearly really easy to do. And, with Treyarch saying, oh yeah, we're going balls out with, this game, then they shouldn't really fight it. So the easiest way to put the kill animation is simply like Battlefield 3, where if you knife someone from behind, you kill them with the knife. You actually kill them. Now, not only does that give a chance for their teammates to kill you, but it also gives this kind of sense of you humiliating that person. So it's kind of both ways, and it's something cool. It's something cool to do in like a video, just something where you're there and you're knifing people from behind. Now the front view, that's a whole different story. How are you going to knife people from the front? I think they could address that issue very easily. If they aren't shooting at you, you should simply just stab them right in the face. But it should take at least 1 second to actually give them a chance to kill you. Because I hate how any gun you have in the game, whether it's a 30-pound 50 caliber sniper rifle or a 6.5-pound M16, you knife with almost as if you didn't even have a gun in your hand. So I think what they should do is have an animation where you pull the gun down and then you pull out your knife basically at the same time and you just stab them right in the face. And it's a kill animation. And once again, it's kind of like this humiliation thing. Another rumor is they might actually include it as a secondary weapon. Once again, I secondhand that because it's at a point where it could be really not used, but at the same time when it's used, it could do a lot of damage. But you have to put other weapons in there that do as much damage. I think in terms of knifing with a secondary, it should be a bigger knife. It should be something like a Bowie knife. Or, Black Ops 2's in the future. Who's to say it's not a fucking lightsaber or some shit? You just cut them in half. I don't think that'll happen, but something like that. It's endless possibilities. Even a secondary weapon, or secondary attachment, if you will. And if you have that attachment, your secondary weapon can't have any other attachment. Maybe even make it a primary attachment, and that's it. We're going to get to that in a second. My fifth, reasoning for all this is a distance system, where if you're really far away from them, it's going to take 2 or 3 swipes to actually kill them. But if they run into you and you panic knife, it should be an insta kill. Once again, that really doesn't address the issue, because with Modern Warfare 3 kind of fixing the whole distance thing, I don't think that's really gonna be bad. The sixth thing I have out of 8, by the way, is area knife. And what that basically means is depending on where you knife, that's how much damage you'll do. So obviously, I know a lot of people would say the chest is the weakest point on the body. That is not true, because the soldier's wearing bulletproof shielding, obviously, something like that. And the simplest way to put it is if you're going to panic knife them, your crosshairs have to be aiming right on their face. So when you actually pull out your knife, not your gun, if it was pointing at their face and you knife, you're going to hit them low. So what you have to do is basically quickly compensate for that and aim slightly up, so when that knife comes out, there's going to be a special reticule thing, if you will, or crosshair is what I'm trying to say, and you basically stab them in the face or the throat. That's something I think that we can compromise on for panic knifing, and once again, it'll be a kill animation. So, the 7th idea I have is pretty simple, and we already kind of talked about this, and that is bayonets. So you don't have panic knifing. It actually takes up one of your attachments for your primary weapon, and your primary weapon only. So I think that anything undermounted can now not be put under the gun if you have a bayonet. Not a lot of people have undermounted guns, or undermounted weapons, but you could do something like you can't have grip, you can't have of course grenade launchers, undermounted shotguns, you can't have anything like that. if you have a bayonet. And basically what that does is it makes you knife faster, but you have to have the bayonet and make it to where there are no other knives in the game. And I know, in the future, people are going to expect us to be using knives and stuff still, and that's basically for hand-to-hand combat, not quick swiping. And since this is a Treyarch game and they like to go more realistic, I feel that this is a perfect way to address that issue. That's how I feel. Maybe you don't feel that way, but that's definitely how I feel. The eighth and last thing, before I close this video, is simply no knives at all. And maybe that's the only clear solution, because if there's no knives, no one can cry about knifing issues, and then it's simply gun on gun, and it's the simplest way to put it. But kind of wrapping all this up together, if they really wanted to address the issue, and this is how I feel, if they really 100% wanted to address the issue, all they would have to do is set aside call it a pro hardcore mode or something. I'm not really sure, something like that, where it's as simple as this. You play, there are no knives, there are no perks, there are no kill streaks, and it's strictly, if I shoot first, you're going down. It's as simple as that. And I wish they had a game mode like that, but they don't. It's too arcadey apparently for all that. So that's it for this video. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll be coming out with more Black Ops 2 stuff, some more zombie videos, zombie theory videos, storyline videos. That's pretty much, I only have storyline videos, filling in the gaps of what a lot of people don't know, I guess. So that's it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later.